Okay, so it's the middle of the night, and the Walipini is always really beautiful in the middle of the night. And I just want to show you what boot camp's going to look like. Boot camp's coming up to feed people, show people how to feed their family. So we're going to create some gardens right here. And we're going to create one for sure. And at the end of boot camp, like the last day, we're going to have the opportunity to maybe build 2 or 3 more if people want to stay and do that.
That's cool.
Because we're going to do one as a class. It's going to be exciting to me.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
Because boot camp is hands-on. How many of you have ever gone to a class? I've been to classes before, and then you go home and then you don't know what to do. But boot camp is all about getting prepared for the war that we're going to fight. We're going to fight this battle against hunger. We're going to
start with our own families.
Yeah, so just check this Walipini out. I'm going to focus this light a little bit.
Hey, go in and turn on the light so that they can see what it looks like when I come home from work.
We've never showed them the lights.
So every time I come home from work, you go turn it on, and I'll stand out here and show them.
So but it looks different at night. See
does.
The big boulders? And I don't know. It's gorgeous.
He comes out every night to check it before he goes to bed.
I wanted to show people what it looks like at night because it's so different. Okay, watch this.
Every time I come home from work, he turns the light on inside the Walipini so I can see the lights shining through the plastic on the top and the lights on the side by the doors, or by the door. Ah, isn't that great? Okay, gotta shine that headlight over here so I can see where I'm going. Just for a minute. There we go.
Okay, so we're still under construction.
Yeah, here we go.
So it's ugly.
But it's frozen, so I'm not gonna walk on that. That's for me, so I don't slick around in the mud.
So the lights are really beautiful.
They are.
I haven't got the grouting done yet, so to keep the cold winter out, there's a few holes in the rocks, so that's what those are. So
but they're these neat, wonderful kind of
don't look too close.
Rustic lights. There we go. Here's our lights. See what kind of temperature we've got. See if we can.
Looks like it's 43.
Pretty nice. It's what, 10 o'clock at night?
Something like that.
Something like that. He's got a light on in the greenhouse, the little sprouting house.
What I wanted to show people, see how the light kind of shines on.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but you can see the little bits of dew on the leaves.
Let's get up close.
Especially the broccoli. The broccoli and kale is shiny. It's shining white. The reflection is really gorgeous.
See if we can get close and see something. We've got a lot done since the last update. William put in all of the drip lines. You can see them here.
Yeah, there
he and Peter. Peter's been working here on the ranch. He's amazing. A lot of work done. So we're ready to grow. He's got all these bales of hay that are going in the hotbed. It hasn't been covered up yet tonight. It was really hot out here today.
It was 100 and like 103, somewhere in that range out here. I didn't open it to vent it because I wanted the rocks to warm up. That's the whole point of
let's
having.
feel them and see what you think.
Well, I mean, you know.
It's a rock.
I don't really want to snuggle up to them, but they're not super cold.
Nice.
So right here I created a little something.
Oh, look at that.
So I have my seedlings in here. Some of them look better than others. But I just put these in here.
Thermal mass, water.
Feel that.
Oh, yeah.
That isn't bad.
That's, yeah, that's actually really good.
It's kind of warmish.
It's kind of warmish.
So I got stuff in here. So if it freezes tonight, that won't freeze because we've got the milk jugs in there. But it's not going to freeze tonight in here. Because it's not that cold. It's pretty warm outside.
Are those the rodent peas?
Yeah, no, those aren't.
Or these are the rodent peas.
Right here. This is rodent pea right here.
Interesting thing is that he's pretty sure what variety they are because there's a variety over here that is just as sparse.
Right where
as the rodent peas are.
My shadow of the finger?
Yeah.
That's empty right there. So that's where the rodent must have dug them up from.
Here they are over there.
Yeah. So is your camera picking up the whiteness of the dew?
It's in a couple of places. Just
like,
a couple of
where,
places.
look right there where my headlamp is.
I actually have to be just a little away from it. It doesn't shine the way... Okay, if you come back over here, I saw it a little bit right there.
On the kohlrabi.
Yeah, you have to go ahead of me. Go to your right a little bit. Okay, you can kind of see it. See those little tiny... I'm gonna focus in. You keep your headlight right there. Okay, see that little shiny, bright, shining thing right there? Yeah, it's a little dew down in the base of the leaves.
Okay, what you're
Shine
gonna
like
have
little
to do
diamonds.
You're gonna have to build your own greenhouse and come out with a flashlight at night.
Or just come to boot camp and you can see it.
Come to boot camp. We could have a midnight rendezvous in here.
Look at this. Isn't that pretty? I mean, honestly, it's such a great conversation place. It's like set up for it. It's fabulous.
There's little tiny beets on there starting to grow now.
Oh, that's exciting. I love beets. Fresh
Look
beets
at the
and
size
greens.
Of its spinach.
That is gorgeous. That makes me want lasagna.
I better pick some of that tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this lettuce. Let's switch this light a smidgen.
That's nice. That gives me a good view.
I like that lettuce. Something fun I noticed today is the Egyptian walking onions that we put in here are sprouting.
Really?
In this stone wall. Yeah, right there's one. My light's right on it.
You better point to it.
Well, I can't reach it. Right there.
Oh, I was looking over there, so it's good you pointed.
This one.
That was the one I was looking at.
Yeah. This one. I just stuck them in random. There's a bug right there.
Well, that's cool.
Okay, so today, what is the date today?
It's March 3rd.
March 3rd. I saw my first pair of sandhill cranes.
Oh, yeah.
This morning.
They were out by the hay bales in the
They
farm
were out
pasture.
in the field. And I saw my first fly today.
Really?
Yeah, just a random black, normal, like a
house fly.
And we cut up a pig and a lamb today that we butchered yesterday.
It was a busy day on the ranch.
We butchered them yesterday and we cut them up today and got them in the freezer. What else did we do? What is this right here?
I don't know.
That looks like a dandelion.
Oh, you can leave it growing. We'll have dandelions and miner's lettuce for salad.
I think that's a dandelion. It hardly has a root system. I haven't seen that.
William was so disappointed as a child because he had read the word dandelion and he thought it was pronounced dandelion, which he thought was a pretty word. Until someone read a book, and it was dandelions, and he was just really disappointed that they weren't dandelions.
It was a wilderness survival book, and it was all about these dandelions, and they had all these fantastic
these magical properties.
They were so good to eat, and all this stuff, and I'm like, man, we gotta find some of those. So I asked my dad, because he knows everything about plants. I said, tell me about dandelions. And he's like, he couldn't figure out what I was talking about. So I showed him in the book. He laughed at me and said, these are dandelions.
So, you know, dandelions are weeds. Dandelions are magical, amazing food that can provide you with lots of nutrition.
This garlic is driving.
Okay, we have a conference talk about this right here. You gotta show me the light so I can see.
Right here.
Going.
I don't know. They're just getting tall. They're that long.
That's beautiful.
They're over a foot long, these garlics.
Gorgeous.
So that's good. Now, right back here where the weeds are thick, right where my light is, I have not weeded that at all. So that's the weed growth.
Do you hear a cat?
Yeah, there's a cat meowing.
Okay. Kitty.
It's, you know,
It is. It's outside.
Yeah, there's a
I just heard it.
Cats
Sorry, okay, keep going. Distracted by a cat.
Okay, so these are more walking onions right here. I put shallots right here, but they're not coming up yet, which is totally fine. So this is bed number 1. Obviously that garlic's been in for a while. But this week we planted this bed number 1 halfway up into just more crops, more of the same. Except celery. That's my first celery crop going in.
It's pretty.
So I have celery, but more cabbage, kale, collards, kohlrabi, lettuce. Just more of the same of what we already have, halfway up. And then the other half is going to be strawberries.
Oh, that's exciting.
And they come a couple of days after boot camp. So, yeah, anyway.
It's beautiful.
I'm getting excited about these kohlrabis because some of the roots are beginning to swell. See, this one's getting thick.
Oh, yeah.
It's about as thick as my finger.
How far do you think we're out from harvest on those?
Oh, I don't know.
A month?
No, probably longer than that. They probably will be, I hope we can eat them for boot camp, but I don't know.
That would be nice.
Before that. Anyway, there's water in the trail down here, so let's go back the other way.
All right. You can... I might have to turn this off so I can see.
But I love coming out here at night because you get a different perspective of what's happening. And obviously I didn't cover it with the row cover because it's not going to freeze tonight, according to the weather. The internet weather.
And we like it to get as much of the dew as possible.
So here, this compost bed's doing good. I've been watching it close for different kinds of fungus. And we have a lot of it growing.
He's been doing a lot of research on the fungus lately.
I have. I've been
really
taking some classes on the internet. I'm taking a seed saving class right now, and I'm taking a microbiology class. I think I'm going to buy me a microscope.
We have one, but we need a better one.
Well, we have one that will see things that, or you can see with the naked eye, that are tiny, and that'll blow them up so you can see. But I need one that will see bacteria, because I want to start doing counts on bacteria, protozoa, nematodes, all the little guys that you can't see. There's the lemon tree. I just set him over here to get him out of the way. Alright, that's it.
That was a good...
That's it.
It's been a good day.
It's over.
It's a good night. We'll let the greenhouse sleep. William wanted to share the Walipini with you at night.
Well, I come out maybe 3 times a week at night because I love to see it at night.
You come out almost every night. Every night that I'm here, you're like, okay, I'm just going to go check the greenhouse real quick.
Well,
right before bed.
So
he does. He loves it. And, well, you know, he actually likes to be outside a lot. So, like, realistically speaking, he's outside probably 80% of the time.
Well, inside there's nothing happening. Nothing happens in the house.
Well, I work in the house, and I like being in the house because I have a lot of stuff going on in the house. But it's pretty exciting out here. Can't blame him.
Look at all the weeds in those onions. This is interesting. So some of them I've weeded quite a bit. Some of them I haven't. And where the weeds are the biggest,
yeah.
the onions are the biggest.
That's interesting.
So does that mean the weeds are helping the onions grow? I mean, usually they won't make a nice...
That's an interesting
they normally
hypothesis.
They normally won't make a nice big bulb if they're really weedy. But it's just interesting to watch these ones. So, something to think about.
Alright, William just shared with me this wonderful little system he's rigged up here.
Well, I'm trying to get everything set up. We've been doing all this construction. We're growing plants. We're doing all the other ranch work. Trying to live our lives. But this is awesome! Because I got my shelf in. I've been planning this the whole time. But I just have random things up there right now. But I'm going to have this super organized. I've got my cement mixer here. This is for mixing potting soil because I do a lot of that. And I've got my salad spinner. I just barely bought this. I haven't used it yet. But I like this one because it's all plastic, so it doesn't rot. And
Easy to clean.
We're going to use it this week. So out here, we're going to have a tray like this that's full of holes, and then we can put it in the sink here to wash off our vegetables, and so that'll be great. So when we come to wash the vegetable, we just grab this hose right here, and we give it a little turn. Anyway, you clean things up.
I'll tell you the real reason he did this.
I should
because
have asked you guys.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't. Well, the reason he had to do this is because he brought me a basket full of spinach the other day,
Oh,
and I thought he'd cleaned it. Well, I made this wonderful omelet with it. We were eating our omelets. There was a lot of grit in those omelets. We were getting our minerals with our eggs, and it wasn't shells. It was just dirt on the spinach.
Yeah, it was pretty crunchy. First bite, I said,
Good thing it's organic.
Spinach? She's all, no, should I have? And then she took a bite.
We ate them anyway. It was pretty good.
Oh, dear.
We're crazy. But we're pretty excited. We got our salad washing station, and it's got everything stored up here. And
Okay, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
well,
We're getting ready.
update.
We're getting ready. Getting ready for boot camp, man. Come to boot camp. If you sign up for Patreon,
You get a discount.
then you get a 10% discount for...
It's totally worth it to do it because, I mean, Patreon's not
The
expensive.
thing is,
anyway,
once
but-
you come to boot camp, you're going to want to sign up for Patreon anyway, because that's where you get all the continued support. I mean, like this week, I posted 5 times on Patreon
Just
on
you're
how
gonna
to grow food for your family.
you're gonna give them everything you can in the boot camp. So it's gonna be a lot of information,
Yeah.
and people are gonna go home with a lot of information and still have a lot of questions, which is the reason for
Right.
Patreon, so that there's a
Right.
place to ask the questions.
Yeah, because once
get a
you
response.
get home, you're going to want to ask me a question, and I'm super busy, and so if you're like asking me questions, it's kind of hard to answer them. But if you just go into Patreon and type the question, that's a place I go every day anyway to check all that, and then I can answer the question. And it's great to answer somebody's question. Some random person anywhere in the world has a question, I answer it, and then all the people on Patreon get the benefit of that question. It's perfect.
And it keeps us organized because there's just so many places to try to keep track of. It's anybody who's on social media knows, so it keeps us organized and it makes it efficient. So
All right.
anyway, all right.
Good
Good
night.
night.